Welcome to our channel. Today we are going to deep dive into the important topic fat and its effect on the health. It is not only the external appearance that matters, but what happens due to the fat within is also important. So if you are wondering why this stubborn fat is so dangerous, you are at the right place. So let us deep dive to understand how the fat can be our friend or enemy towards the journey of the health. So let us understand through the mind map. The first is cancer and diabetes. You might have heard the fat is bad, but how? Let us understand. Visceral fat is dangerous. It is not just about how it looks, it's about what it does to your body. When you have the excess visceral fat, it releases chemicals that causes inflammation and mess up your metabolism. This inflammation can lead to serious health issue. Too much visceral fat is dangerous. It can risk to the heart diseases, diabetes, stroke, Alzheimer's and cancer. The studies have shown that the visceral fat can trigger a chronic inflammation which whereby can raise the hormone level that are linked to the cancer producing such as the breast cancer or prostate cancer. Even the high insulin level is dangerous. It can increase the protein in our body such as IGF-1, which is the precursor to the growth of tumor or cancer. Having too much of visceral fat also stimulates the metabolic syndrome, which increases the heart diseases, diabetes, stroke, blood pressure. And here is a staggering fact: almost half of all the cancer death could be prevented by tackling the avoidable risk factors like reducing the body fat. That's a huge. So the bottom line is clear. Having excess of visceral fat is like ticking a time bomb for your health. Second is the heart disease. Having too much of fat in and around the belly can increase the strain on your heart because the fat increases the blood pressure, which is the major risk for heart diseases. And even the too much of fat releases the hormone known as leptin, which increases the blood pressure too. Leptin triggers your body's fight or flight response, increases your blood pressure. This elevated pressure damages your kidney, making it harder for them to filter a fluid. And guess what? Extra fat can build up around your kidney, making the things even worse. When you carry the extra weight, your heart has to work extra hard to pump blood, not only to your body but also to the fat tissue. Over the time, this strain weakens your heart and damages the blood vessels. Fat cells releases the inflammatory substance leading to plaque buildup and making your blood vessels stiff. So maintaining the healthy weight isn't only the good for the body but also for the heart. Third is the lean diabetes. And here is the deal: too much of the fat within the cell increases the stress among the cell, which whereby makes it harder to respond to the insulin, which is necessary to absorb the glucose for energy. When your cell ignores the insulin for a long time, there is a rise of blood sugar leading to type 2 diabetes. Surprisingly, even the slim people can get type 2 diabetes. If they have the hidden belly fat, their cell go through the same stress. In fact, around 50% of people with type 2 diabetes are of healthy weight, suffering from what is known as lean diabetes. And now here is the scary part. The excess of belly fat in the lean people can lead to the damage of the blood vessel, kidney, brain, eyes and the nerves, and this damage can be really serious. People with a lean diabetes might even need insulin to manage, and shockingly they face a higher rate of mortality compared to obese people with diabetes. So bottom line is that whether you are lean or obese, maintaining the healthy fat is necessary to avoid the major complications such as diabetes. It is not about how we look, it is about our own well-being too. Fourth is the brain. Now let us talk about, it's not just about our body but our mind too. Having too much body fat can literally mess up with your head. Studies have shown that obese people tend to have slightly smaller brain, particularly in the region that controls the crucial thinking like movement, memory and decision making, basically all the important stuff we do every day. And here is the surprising fact. It is not about the age or the body size. Older people with low muscles and excess of fat are liable to face the difficulties in cognitive, especially the decision making. Even people in their 80s with the excessive body fat struggle with attention and memory compared to those with the less fat. Studies have even found out that the excess of body fat leads to the injury in the brain. It is because the excess of fat triggers the inflammation in our body, whereby several cascade effects are seen even in the brain. So taking care of the body isn't only about the external appearance, but keeping our mind sharp too. Fifth is the lung. Have you ever thought of how the fat affects your lung? Imagine the lung has a balloon in your chest. They help you to breathe in the oxygen and release the carbon dioxide. But here is the thing, excess of fat can mess up this process. When you breathe in, your diaphragm pulls down, creating the space for your lung to expand. But if there is a lot of fat around your lung, it is like having a heavy weight on your chest. This makes super hard for your lung to fill with air, reducing the oxygen your body gets. In fact, if you are obese, you might have 30% less of your lung capacity compared to the lean people. This means less of oxygen supply to the heart, to the brain, and to the other part of your body. This makes everyday tasks much tougher. Excess of body fat can limit your breathing capacity. So maintaining the healthy weight is essential to let our lung work properly. Sixth is the tongue. And here is the surprising fact. Your tongue too can get fat, and it can even affect your sleep. Let me break it down for you. Several autopsy studies have shown that tongue can get the fat too, especially at the back of the tongue. The fatter it gets, the more it disturbs our sleep. This fat in your tongue can contribute to sleep apnea, a condition where your breathing gets interrupted during the sleep. It is not just about the snoring, it can lead to a fatigue and a brain fog. But here is the scary part. It also raises your risk for high blood pressure, diabetes, heart issues, and even the heart failure. So if you know someone lean and thin but he snores at the night, this would be the first indicator. It might be because of the extra fat in the tongue, and it even indicates that there is excess of visceral fat in and around the body. Seventh is the COVID-19. How the fat affected during the COVID-19. It's a topic that emerged during the pandemic, and it is more important now to understand how the fat have a relation with the inflammation. Obesity turned out to be a significant risk factor during COVID-19. Why? Well, the excess of body fat causes the inflammation throughout your body. When you get infected with the virus, this inflammation becomes even worse. The coronavirus not only attacks your body directly, but it also impacts your immune system, making it harder to fight the infection. But it did not stop there. COVID-19 damaged the tiny blood vessels everywhere, leading to a condition called endotheliopathy. People with obesity already had compromised blood vessel, making them more vulnerable. This damage can affect the vital organs such as kidney, heart, blood vessel, and leading to long-term complications. People with excess body fat are more prone to long COVID. This condition brings a persistent blood vessel damage, chronic inflammation, and nerve damage. In simpler terms, it means an ongoing health problem even after recovering from initial infection. So that were the 7 important things we noticed how the fat affects to our health. I hope this was something eye-opener for you. If you really find something valuable in this video, do share this video with your friends and family. Until we see you in the next video, please take care of yourself. Bye for now.